is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the Signal Callers DFS Show. Today is October 16th. We're heading into week 7. We're going to break down the DFS slate for week 7 today. Interesting one, another 10-gamer. So should be fun to break it down. I'm Kevin. I got Trey and Blake here with me as always. What's going on tonight, boys?
What's up, man? Got a live sweat going on this Thursday night football game, which means it's probably going to end in no cash. But excited to break this one down. Another 10-gamer, four late games this time. Some interesting matchups. So Rashee Rice returns.
Yeah.
The return of the Rice. Yes, I'm loving it. And I'm hoping I'm going to be balling this weekend like Joe Flacco is right now.
Yeah, he's turning back the clock for sure. Man, do any of y'all know when we get back to like these normal Monday nights? I know they've got like international games all year, but like these doubleheaders on Monday are just, I thought I was dumb. I remember the first time we did one like week 1, I was like, yeah, we only got like one of these a year. And then I didn't even look at the schedule, and here they come like back to back to back to back. So hopefully we're almost out of the woods with these.
I don't know. I think the NFL likes making money, and I bet they get a lot more ratings at night than they do, Sunday during the day. And so
I will say, I think this one they are doing like the double header, like the true double header, and not like overlapping them. So that's at least nice. You can at least watch both games. But if you're on the East Coast, I mean, good luck. I don't think that second one starts until like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've kind of touched on it already. Interesting slate. Blake, you got any like overarching themes of the week? I know this has been your little segment that we've gone to the last few weeks. So what you got this week?
Yeah, so I'm gonna pitch this out to y'all, and I'm see what you think about it. I think this week, kind of looking at the games everywhere, there's some games, like all the games kind of look okay. It's only the Miami Cleveland game that looks absolutely gross, especially with that weather. But like, I think this is a great onslaught week because the great matchups are there's a couple matchups that are really up in pace that I like, right? If you just by team totals and also fast moving teams, you got Washington and Dallas, who are finally both pretty healthy. I don't know, is Terry playing? I don't know if Terry's back yet, but
let me double check on that.
But I mean, Dallas is pretty much fully back, right? They got CD. They got Booker, their lineman, back last week. So I think their line's finally back healthy. And they're going to move the ball fast, right? Dallas has been a shootout team all year, and Dak's playing out of his mind. So I love an onslaught going in there. Problem is, it's really expensive. That's kind of theme week onslaught. But like, where do you find salary relief? There's no good cheap chalk running backs this week. I think everybody's over 6K. And then the other game would be to onslaught would be Chicago, New Orleans. Mm-hmm. They've both been very pass happy teams. Not DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift is, on the injury report. Kamara is just not looking good. Right. So
I think Kamara's bags are packed. Did you see his quote today? He said, if Mickey comes and tells me that I'm traded, I'm just going to go sit on a beach and drink pina coladas. So he's literally like, I'm either in New Orleans or I'm on a beach somewhere. So I think he's it's interesting. I will say Kendre is an interesting, like, large field play in that situation. But real quick on Terry, it looks like he has returned to practice, but the last report on Rotoballer, like the headline literally says, real concern that Terry McLaurin will miss another week. So I think it's up in the air, probably a game time decision or at least a later in the week decision.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah. So what do y'all think about onslaught this week? Like just looking at the games, we're not even getting the players or anything yet, right? We haven't looked too much at price. We don't really have good ownership projections on any sites anywhere right now.
I mean, one team that you didn't touch on was KC. I mean, depending on how like much you want to go into the Rice, like how much you want to,
What scares me about onslaughting with KC is he's like, Mahomes has been known to spread the ball out a ton, right? Like Noah Gray could catch 2 touchdowns this week, something crazy, right? Brashard Smith can go off for 2, whatever. Yeah. like Mahomes always scares me in that point, but yeah, like they're going to score. They're going to beat the brakes off.
I've seen some people talking about the Philly double stack, hoping that this is the week too. So I mean, yeah, there are a bunch of teams that you could like really dive in stacking wise. So always like the team that plays Dallas is always going to be the like most attractive onslaught game, right? And I know that you mentioned the price, but I mean there are some interesting pieces down. Like Luke McCaffrey had a really good game last week. For his price,
he's been getting like one catch every week but it's for like a bomb.
It was a touchdown last week, so yeah.
He's like the Westbrook Akine of this year.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Trey? How are you feeling about onslaughts?
I can't think of a team where like I'm like overly excited to play 3 offensive players from that team. I mean, obviously there's going to be some I'm going to want to stack, but I mean, I think that could be an interesting angle because there are some big time mismatches, but I think I'm probably going to be going balance build the more I look at it, but we'll see as we get into the weeds.
The only one I think that I could see myself doing it with is, and you touched on it already, was Chicago, just because you do get some salary relief with, like, if you went with Luther in the third spot, or even Loveland, which would be an interesting pivot off of the receivers in that game. So, I mean, Luther Burden's price is 4,500 this week. Wait, is that right, or was that last week's?
It was 43 or 45.
He's 43.
I forgot.
He's 4,300. Yeah. So,
yeah. His projection is just not good though.
No,
maybe it'll update.
Yeah,
but
I think
it's not looking good.
Are they still?
DJ Moore's still in, but they got a big dock on him.
True. Yeah,
he's only projected for 9.76.
You'd have to go
on
off the board if you wanted to get that. If you wanted to get there, because it's probably not going to be a good projecting lineup. But yeah. Why don't we dive into we kind of touched on it already, but just any games that we're axing off? I know we mentioned Miami and Cleveland. Are there any others that like we're just completely out on?
Yeah, so I will say about the Miami Cleveland game, I don't think I'd be totally out on Quinshawn. He's the only piece from that I would really think about. But the fact that everybody knows it's going to be full on run game kind of scares me away from that. But yeah, other than that one, it's probably just a couple teams. Yeah, the Carolina New York Jets. I think I'm just
that Carolina Jets game.
I'm out on that one.
The longer I stare at it, it just looks gross, bro. Justin Fields has no weapons, and Carolina sucks. So, like, what are you going to?
The thing is, though, like, this is exactly when Justin Fields will rip off a 40-pointer.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Aaron Glenn's been a horrible head coach recently. It's not been looking good.
That route, remember? The Saints.
He was our favorite. They wanted him number one.
Yeah.
He was their favorite.
Yeah, right. Well, I think a lot of Saints fans liked him just because they saw what Dan Campbell's done in Detroit and thought he would bring some like of that like CEO mentality and like
that's what I didn't understand though.
Culture building and yeah.
Aaron Glenn was the defensive coordinator of the Lions, and the Lions were getting torched every week. Like what?
No,
he leaves. Like if you're Dennis Allen, if you hire Dennis Allen as your head coach, yeah, look, at least he's a hell of a defensive coordinator. But right. Aaron Glenn's getting torched every week. It didn't make any sense to me.
I love the Saints rebuild. I hate the builder. Mickey Loomis
exactly.
has got to go.
Yes. Bro. Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll get to Saints again, but we always got to get there at some point. But real quick,
I will say,
I think Fannin is in play too. Because Njoku was not on the practice field again today. There's like real concern that he's not.
We gotta watch that weather. Yeah, 60 miles an hour winds though, dude. Like
I know.
That's
but, I mean,
crazy.
If Harold Fannin gets like 10 4-yard catches, I mean, and he somehow gets to 14 points.
There's not gonna be any space to operate.
It's a pretty decent. Again, but you're relying on Dylan Gabriel, I guess. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and like the box is going to have 11 people in it because you're not throwing the ball past 10 yards in 60 miles an hour winds. So yeah, like I think I'm with y'all. Carolina, New York Jets. The only way Justin Fields gets there that week is if he decides to run the ball all himself and just go for there. But I will say the Giants and Denver game is pretty gross to me as well. Yeah. J.K. Dobbins may be a good one. Because the Giants have been pretty bad against the run. But other than that, like I think Dart's gonna have a humbling there for sure. I think
It's
Kyler is
nervous,
actually
yeah.
going to be back as well.
I mean,
so
I love
that takes Arizona out of it for me.
I love the Denver side of that Giants matchup, but
Yeah, I like Cortland Sutton a lot this week. Let's get into. I mean,
a lot.
Since we
let's get into the players here.
We kind of touched on the games that we aren't interested in. That pretty much means that we're interested in the rest of them. So we could just kind of skip that and go like straight into positions, I think. So let's just talk about quarterbacks right off the bat. Obviously, I think Jaden Daniels is probably going to be the most owned or the most popular.
It's the highest projected.
Highest projected and going against Dallas. Do you have any interest in just running a naked Jaden and going like elsewhere? Not even like doing any bringbacks or anything. Just Jaden's the only one from that team.
How likely is it that Jaden is the highest scoring QB on this slate and he doesn't bring someone with him? I guess is the question.
For Jaden, I don't think that's that likely. I think he likes to throw the ball, and he throws those beautiful deep passes, man. It's unreal.
But he doesn't have. He probably isn't going to have Terry.
But what if it's one to Debo, one to Ertz, and Bill runs in another one or something like that? Like
that. So it's the Bill aspect that scares me. With like that's the weakness in the argument there to me.
Yeah.
Is if Bill breaks all two big runs, he doesn't get there.
Yeah, because you need the rushing from Jaden, I feel like. Let's see. Last week he scored 23. I know they were on an island game. Well, they were on Monday. He rushed 10 times for 52. He threw 3 touchdowns, had those 2 turnovers, which were pretty backbreaking for Washington. Only 211 passing yards. So I don't know. Do you think that? I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
I think I might rather go Mahomes than Jaden. If I'm going ISO, I think I'd rather go Mahomes over Jaden. Like that's probably a pretty hot take here, but I think Mahomes is just dying to throw like 5 touchdowns in a game. And
would you stay in the same game though and go Dak? Like, how do you feel about that one?
Yeah. So that's I was waiting for this to come. Yeah, Dak's I think my number one until
your guy.
Proven otherwise. Yeah, this year he's just so good. They're at home too. CD's back, man. They're gonna freaking light Washington up.
I will say, Washington inflates opposing QB scores by almost 8%, which is a mile more than any other defense. So,
where are you seeing that at? That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean ETR DVP.
Is that the DVP for them?
Far and away the lead in terms of defenses that increase the QB score. So
Dallas is.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Not the okay. I thought you were talking about like the Commanders were
So you're saying that Jaden is the biggest beneficiary?
Yes,
and that's why that's why he's the highest projected by them.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think I would go. I think if I'm stacking him with anybody is Debo. And that's probably it, to be honest. Like, I don't think I would try to throw Ertz in. I don't think I would double him. I think if I'm stacking him with anybody, it would be Debo, and maybe I'm bringing him back with CD. But that's expensive, right? Like, so then you got to get relief from somewhere else. I obviously haven't really played with lineup construction, but yeah, I feel like you probably can't go wrong with either of those dudes. And maybe if you want to lean away from the chalk, just go into Dak but Dak is still pretty chalky. So
yeah, I really like Dak this week. I think he's
Dak's
going to.
I will say it's early in ownership projection. It's earlier in the week than we normally do it. So, but Dak's like at 7% projected ownership, and Jaden's at 21. So I guess he's not as chalky at all. It's like a third of the chalk.
Dak sits there at 7. That's who I'm going with this week, and I'm going hard, man. It's to me, my decisions would probably be out of Dak. I mean, I really do love Jaden Daniels and Mahomes too, but my 2 decisions are going to be Dak or Caleb. I think I really like those plays this week. A close third, or I'll say realistic third, would be Drake May.
Yeah, I agree.
because I think he can just blow up against Tennessee again.
Yeah. Kind of similar to last week where like I remember some of the talk leading into last week was just that like how much is Drake May going to have to do against the Saints, and turns out it didn't matter. He just like went out and balled. So and the Saints,
that's what doesn't scare me about Caleb too, right?
I guess the question is will Tennessee be able to make it a game? Like the Saints were able to make it a game, at least a little bit of a game. And I know
a little bit.
The refs definitely helped out on a few of those plays, which sidebar, it might have been like one of the worst officiated games, like in like a random game that I think I've ever seen outside of like, obviously the no call and stuff like that. But some of the like most inexplicable penalties that I think I've ever seen. That long, I think Pop Douglas's second TD pass I was called back for a phantom PI on Diggs. That I don't know, it was just bad. So I guess the question would be whether or not Tennessee can push them at all.
But who do you think pushes more? Tennessee pushes New England more, or Saints push Bears more?
Saints, yeah.
Think it's the Saints?
I think the Saints could make it a game, and I think honestly they're like an underreported aspect of this game is that there's a lot of revenge narratives circling from like a lot of standpoints. There's the Drake, the Caleb.
Dennis Allen's over there, I forgot.
Well, that too, but then you got Caleb and Spencer Rattler go all the way back to Oklahoma where Caleb supplanted Rattler.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reporter asked him if they had a relation, like a good relationship today, and he mentioned something about it being cordial, like he was very short with it. So and then obviously
he's definitely motivated.
Yeah. And then obviously the Saints playing DA on the other side, Kendrick Miller, Spencer Rattler.
Mm-hmm.
So
that Bears defense is kind of good though. Like they force some turnovers. They force turnovers.
Yeah, but Rattler only has one pick on the year.
I don't like their passing defense at all.
He doesn't put the ball in much of harm's way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm trying not to bet with my heart, but I keep coming back to this game.
Yeah, it cost us last week. That's for sure.
I know. And like, and Olave's talking right now, like he's like, the ball touches my hands, I got to catch it. So I think he's looking for a bounce back game. Bears secondary, if there's one position that they, actually no, they do take away from the receivers, but they inflate their run game. So I don't know. I mean, I definitely want pieces from that New Orleans Chicago game. I don't know if I want to play the quarterbacks, but I think a piece from this game is interesting, whether it's Olave or Luther Bird, and we'll talk about that receivers. But
yeah,
I think the quarterbacks. I mean, I've been trying to be too cute the last few weeks and get away from, these top 5 projected quarterbacks, except when it's Justin Fields, and then he just buries us all. Apparently, that's only when I want to play the top projected quarterback. But I think this week for me, it starts and ends with those top 4 guys: Jaden Daniels, Patrick Mahomes, Dak, and Justin. I like.
You first go. Who are you going with?
What about hold on,
singles?
I'm gonna throw another name out there. You mentioned that you liked this side of the ball earlier. What about any interest in Bo Nix?
Yeah, that was the one guy. Like as I'm looking down the list, the one other guy that I would entertain playing is Bo Nix against the Giants.
Yeah.
No Herbert or Danny Dimes? I'm just trying to muddy the water here.
I mean, I like those as players, but like in terms of matchup this week, like is Justin Herbert going to break the slate against the Colts? Does he need to? Does Drake May need to break the slate against Tennessee?
I think Herbert could.
Jalen doesn't need to against Minnesota. Herbert doesn't need to against
Jalen doesn't need to.
The only thing about obviously I'm a huge Drake May lover this year. I just don't know that Tennessee. Baby. I just don't know that Tennessee can do what the Saints did last week to make it a semi-competitive game.
I don't think they're going to be worse though.
However, they did just fire their coach. They do usually have an interim bump, right? So that is interesting. Now that I literally just thought about it. So man, it does feel like this is a pretty wide open quarterback. Like it doesn't feel like there's anybody that's like far and away running away from the slate, in my opinion.
So that's when you start taking into price, right? Or I don't know. I think Dak can break the slate. I think Mahomes can break the slate. I think JD5 can break the slate. Drake may be close in there. Caleb could.
Dak at single digit ownership, that to me feels like a smash. I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm with you.
It really
on that
does. It's sticking out like big time to me. Because those other guys are going to be super owned, and he has just the size of ceiling to me.
And he gets CD back.
Gets CD back.
Yep.
Like
he's been playing so good.
Yeah, at home.
So good at home. Oh wait, it's a late afternoon game. It's a late afternoon game in Dallas, so they're going to have the sun issues in a dome.
Did you see that?
They're going to have sun. I didn't see it. They talked about it again.
It was a quote from the Schottenheimer. Basically, they asked him about it or whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, both teams have to prepare for it, and it's just so beautiful. It's just such a beautiful part of the stadium or whatever." And then somebody quote tweeted it with like photos from like games in the past where like the receivers are literally just getting freaking blasted with the sun. So,
any of these cheap guys tempt you, Blake? Like any of them? Like if you're MME, is there any of these cheap guys, like the bottom 10 guys, Fields on down in terms of ownership?
Brissett would be the one.
Well, is Kyler playing?
ETR doesn't have him in now.
To me,
on the projections,
it's Rattler to me.
Rattler or Brissett's definitely one of the two. Yeah,
I'm not touching Gabriel. I'm not touching Cam. Unfortunately, I love Cam Ward. I think he's a lot better than this season has, portrayed him to be. I hate when they like put his stats up against Will Levis because come on, dude. Like if you just freaking put on the tape, he's making throws that Will Levis couldn't even dream about making. So it's just a terrible situation there. Now I will say, if any of the weeks that Tennessee comes out and just like completely shocks everybody, it would be this week. Like, because I've listened to a few pods and they're all talking about this, the interim bump, like right after they fire their coach, like, things looking a lot better until look at last year. The Saints beat Atlanta.
New England's still a pretty good team though.
I'm not saying they're going to come out and win, but I don't know. It could be, if this is Cam Ward's best game of the year, I wouldn't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to play him.
That wouldn't be saying much either.
That's true. All right, let's do some flag plants. Who wants to go first?
I mean, I think mine's pretty obvious by now. Right, it's Dak.
Well, wait. Okay. Well, I was gonna say just like the lower guys. Any love for Fields, Dart, or Bryce or Geno? Any love?
No, Geno, in my opinion.
The only two I would consider is Brissett or Rattler.
I just think that going to Fields is too thin of a play in the like smaller field, higher stake stuff. Like if you want to millie it, then I think Fields is in play. But in the spy,
Bo Nix is $100 cheaper. Why wouldn't you just go Bo Nix?
Yeah, I don't know. I just cannot. Fields feels terrible to me because you never feel good about it. Like when you fade him and he puts up 30, you feel bad. When you play him and he puts up 4, you feel bad. Like you just don't ever feel good.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm not playing him without Garrett Wilson.
Even when he scores 30 and all of it comes in the fourth quarter, it's like the most stressful watch that you've ever had in your life. So,
did you see the stat? He hasn't scored like a non-garbage time TD. Was it since like week 2?
I believe it. He had negative 10 net passing yards last week.
That's hard to do.
That's insane.
And we had more passing yards.
That's counted. I think they count sack yards into that. Like I don't know. Somehow they count sack yards into that. So
sack yards usually go against rushing.
I know. I don't know how it's calculated, but I know that's
or maybe it just maybe it was his total yards.
Yeah. Carolina does not do well with
either way
running quarterbants, but
this is definitely a good spot for him, and nobody's going to be playing him. So I guess like if you want to be very contrarian, I feel like you could do it, but I'm not. I'm not. Anybody else you want to talk about before we do flag pants?
Just flag him.
Nah,
All
Dak.
He's still Dak, of course.
Dak. Back-to-back weeks on Dak.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna go with Caleb, but I think you could do Rattler. I think I'm gonna take one of these quarterbacks. Like I think that both of these I think it'll be a good game from either of them. But Caleb will be the guy that I'm probably gonna have the most of.
All right, I won't take the top two guys because Daniels and Mahomes, even though I'd rather play them, I just think they're going to be too owned for a flag plant. But I'm between May and Knicks. I'll go with May. I
really like the May play this week.
I might actually no Knicks because I like his pieces a little better. But I think New England's just got a swagger right now. They're balling, man, and Vrabel's got them dudes really going. I think Tennessee is just a broken team right now. So
they are.
I think May could come in there and just put them in the dirt by the third quarter.
And we've also seen that May does tend to spread it around a lot. We've seen spike weeks from Butte.
Everybody.
But we've also seen spike weeks from Diggs. We've seen spike weeks from Hunter Henry. So who's it going to be this week? There was a narrative around Butte in his hometown last week, showing out. Maybe I don't know, but I know a lot of people are hot and heavy on Butte because he went high in Fab, and a lot of home leagues this week. But I think he could come out and drop a dud this week too, and that won't feel good.
Yeah, and I think I keep going back and forth between May and Knicks. If there's a team I have confidence in pushing the game between Tennessee and Giants, I think it would be the Giants to push Knicks to have to throw the ball more. So I may pivot to Knicks, but I do think May could just come out there and just put them away by halftime. So
yeah, agreed. Cool. Let's move on. Let's go to running back. Kind of mentioned it already. Not a ton of cheap value on this slate. Looks like the highest projected ownership currently is Brees, and followed by Quinshawn. I'm interested to see how weather affects that Quinshawn number.
I think that number is going to be wrong. Whatever they put it at, it's going to be wrong. Whether it's low, it's going to be wrong. Whether it's high, it's going to be wrong. I don't know where he's going to come in at.
Right. Currently, DeAndre Swift is projected 4th, but he does have a Q tag. He popped up with a knee, I believe, today. So some interesting, I guess, angles to approach this from. Where are you guys? Gut reaction? Is it a 3 running back week? I know last week we mentioned it's always a 3 running back week, but how does that feel this week?
I don't think it's a 3 this week.
It doesn't feel good this week. Yeah. It doesn't feel good this week.
You're there's just Bijan and CMC. That's why they're not on this.
Yeah,
slate.
and then Jonathan Taylor's $8,800. Right, I love the matchup. Jonathan Taylor's been playing out of his mind, but $8,800 is going to be really hard to get to with no cheap or no slate breaking quarterbacks, super cheap. And no super cheap running backs, right? It's
I will say
against the Chargers on the road too.
It's also a little early in the week. Obviously, we keep mentioning that it's Thursday that we're recording it, so not all the ownership projections are out completely, but they've only got, or the ETR and the solver, they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on this listed with a positive value projection. So I think that kind of,
or a good value projection, not positive.
There's also only 4 that are not negative on top of the good ones. So there are some interesting pieces here, but do you go to? I guess your salary relief is Vidal, maybe.
He's the only one, unless you want to go to Michael Carter.
Right, which that doesn't feel good.
Right, but how does that feel at all?
Yeah.
I will say, so Tennessee is giving up a lot against the run. Right? How do y'all feel about Vrabel coming out and saying, all right, we're gonna get the running game going. We're gonna get Ramondre here.
I can't do Henderson. I can't do Ramondre. I can't do any of them.
I can't, bro.
Which means that this was the week that Henderson will go off. I just know.
For as good as Vrabel's coaching, it's pissing me off what's happening with Travion Henderson right now. Like, he fooled us all in the preseason and then just go completely away from him. He hasn't been bad. He's not even getting the opportunity.
Because he's got that tiny ass name on his back. Y'all seen that?
Yeah,
his name is like
that.
squished together for whatever reason. Did you see that Pablo Torre commented about how he's like on
I'm on it.
I'm trying to figure out why.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Like, I have no good. The only running back. There's 2 running back plays that I actually like on here. Maybe 3. Well, no, never mind. 2 that I actually like. J.K. Dobbins, 5,600 against the Giants, right? Let's see. Let me look real quick where the Giants at. Giants are 3.7% giving up to RBs. So I like J.K. Dobbins. He's been getting the most of the work, right? He's been really good this season. The next one is Bill, right? Like I think Bill could have a hell of a game against Dallas.
I agree with Bill. I think Josh Jacobs is another. He looks like he's not carrying as much ownership as he was last week, and he's just a machine this year, dude. Like, and Arizona's run defense feels like it can be exploited.
They're better than the Giants.
True.
For running back matchups.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah, better for the running back.
Yeah. So I think for me, Josh Jacobs is like top 2 to 3 play on this slate, in my opinion.
Let's see, where's he at? How much? 7,800? Yeah,
he's expensive. He's not cheap. That is the third highest price running back. But he's 1,000 cheaper than Jonathan Taylor, and I think that he has a shot to put up at least a similar score.
Yeah, I'm wondering if DraftKings decide to put it to us this week and say, nope, you're not playing 3 running backs because they're so expensive this week.
Y'all remember how much he cost 2 weeks ago?
58. Well, no.
Yeah, last week he was 4,300, 4,500. Last week he was 57.
56 or 58, something like that.
Yeah.
The week before that, he was
something like that.
48.
He went from 40 in the 4s all the way to 6,800 this week. So he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th most expensive running back on the slate, and for good reason. I mean, it's been an insane run for him the last 2 weeks. But
I would just like to pause the show to say that Darnell Washington is outscoring DK Metcalf right now.
Did he score a touchdown?
No, but he has more fantasy points than him.
Darnell Washington scored a touchdown. Yes,
he did.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
No way. Let me see.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, it's like he's not even looking at DK. It's annoying.
He has looked at him, but
he's throwing a couple passes to him.
Yeah. But
all right.
Let me see.
Yeah, so
I need a Jaylen Warren touchdown to win me a $1,800. I mean plus $1,800 parlay. Pays
you
out
might get it.
Anyway.
Speaking of Dowdle and his price, are we going back to him this week?
Oof. Any
I'm staying away from that game. I just don't want any piece of it. I think Carolina.
Chuba.
Apparently,
yes.
I saw a tweet that said he broke the huddle today. Like, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's practicing and everything. I think he's back.
Chuba Hubbard expects to play in Week 7. Yeah, I can't until I see it. Right? Like, I mean, and
go team on me.
They're still going to use him. They paid him too much money, and he hasn't been terrible.
Yeah, they're not going to not use him. I definitely think he's going to get some running, and he's going to piss people off.
Freaking Rico Dowdle's been cramping and stuff because he's been running the ball so much,
Yeah.
So he's going to get breathers for sure. It's going to be like a 15, 17 touch for Dowdle and 5, 6 for Chuba probably.
Yeah.
Bro, 420. What's the math? 430 something yards in 2 weeks, and we're just going to go away from that.
I think it's 4th
unreal.
or 5th. He's like top 5 in rushing yards on the year.
I can't.
After 2 weeks.
Because I remember, I said it last pod, you remember Devontae Freeman. And for 6 weeks straight, he hit the milli optimal. And everyone was like, oh, he's getting too expensive. He kept hitting. And I'm like, when do you fade him? I'm I'm pause. I'm riding that wave until I'm riding that train until it falls off the rails, bro. Like,
I mean,
So
it does
you-
look like.
So
it
you're
looks
all
like,
in on Jets Carolina.
It looks like Brees is the highest projected ownership right now, and at 27%. And then
How do y'all feel
Rico
about Brees
is
in this
11.
matchup, though, dude? Because like Carolina's been shutting people down. Carolina's been shutting
I
some
don't like it.
running backs down.
I'd rather.
I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Because I know
If I had to play one, I would rather play Dowdle.
Dowdle's the all-purpose back. Like Brees, they don't want to throw the ball to him. They bring in what's his name?
And Carolina's been really good against
Where
the
are
run.
we on?
I'll pay the
where are we on
$500
Saquon?
to get 20% ownership back.
Saquon, I think, is just too expensive for me this week.
I think
he has been great. He has been great, and he's going against Minnesota at home. They're coming off a bye.
Is this the week?
I just like the Eagles for me right now are just. It's hard to bet on them, man, because you just don't know what they're trying to do. They're trying to tush push, and I guess that's optimal
They tush push
for Hurts
4 times in a row, man.
Times within
but
the
it's
5.
like,
And
when is the
shitty thing
Saquon game coming? When is the AJ Brown game coming? Like, and it keeps
I'm looking
working.
I'm looking at Saquon's box scores right now.
Terrible.
It does, sure, but it's not. First week, 18 points, right? Wait, is that right?
Yeah, 18, 17, 9, 17.4, 17.8, 8.7.
I thought that they were worse than that. Just with like how I'm not saying that that's good for the price that you're paying for.
Well,
it, right? But
he's been saving himself with the receiving, is what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's been a really good receiver,
like the
of
little
course, but
checkdowns and stuff.
Well, not even that. He caught a big wheel route for one of them.
Yeah, I mean, but he's definitely an outlet.
Sure. But yeah, I don't think I'm paying up for running backs this week. I think we go to that. If I do, I'm with you. I think Josh Jacobs is the one to pay up for.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm probably going somewhere like mid-range, which is like there's no real good mid-range ones either, right? I talked about Quinchon being the best one that I like, or one of the better ones. But with the weather, I don't like that matchup. So it's probably just going to be Bill. Maybe even What do y'all feel about Kamara this week? Bears are terrible against the run.
I'm out, dude.
You're out.
I mean, we mentioned it already. I think he's checked out. I think he's just trying to get through the year.
Yeah.
And Kendre has looked. I mean, 12 points at 5,700 last week. That didn't necessarily sink you, I guess, but it wasn't winning you a week.
All right. What about Pacheco? Right. Vegas is going to be terrible. Vegas is going to be terrible. They're going to have to burn clock.
I'm Xing Pacheco out. Like, ain't no way, bro. He hasn't done a bitch ass thing all year.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have does he have a double-digit score this year?
I don't think so. Well, yeah, he had up against Baltimore, a bad team, right? Which is like they're playing
12.7? No, bro. Ain't no way.
His best game was against Baltimore, 12.7, and that's because he got a touchdown.
He had 12 rushes last week, man.
I'd rather play Kendre Miller.
Yo, somebody tell me if DK Metcalf scores a touchdown because I need
it, bro. Like, how hard is it to throw to this dude, bro? Like, if he just, I'm min cashing right now.
Pretty hard. You didn't see it? Rogers put one right in his breadbasket, and the Cincy guy ripped it away on the sideline.
All right, let's do flag plants here.
Oof.
This is So I think what we discuss here is that we don't know shit about running back this week. We hate running back this week is what it sounds like. You're just gonna be throwing darts.
I'm gonna go first because I'm gonna do what you did with Dak. I'm taking Josh Jacobs. He's my guy in our home league. I'm riding him until the wheels fall off. Pause. But yeah, man, I just think that like I think he can give you a similar game to last week, and he's gonna carry a third of the ownership that he did last week. Like, yeah, sign me up. And he's $1,000 cheaper than Jonathan Taylor, and he's carrying a third of that ownership. I think he can give you similar output. So yeah, he's going to be in everything. And this will probably be the week that he completely shits to bed. But he's still on some like insane touchdown streak, and I don't think it ends this week. So
yeah.
Go ahead, Blake. Somebody
has to go next.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it. I don't love it. But I think I'm going to go Bill.
I like that.
All
Here.
right.
6,100 is
You know I like that.
Yeah, 6,100 is just it's hard to pass up here.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you're looking for salary relief.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
I am going to go with our boy Rico. It doesn't feel as comfy this week, but that's precisely why I think he's a good play. I think people are going to try to get off of it. I think that this is the week to fade him. Chuba still has the Q tag. I mean, there's no reason he can't still be. I will say, though, one of Devon Achane and Saquon Barkley, I think, can hit this week. And we did this last week with Achane. He's overlooked. Cleveland takes away the run, but he still put up a slate winning score. So I think one of those guys is. I think both of those guys are going overlooked, and there's a reason they're the 4th and 5th highest projected back this week. And I think we got to pay attention to Kamani Vidal too. I think after what he did last week, I mean, he put up a 30.
He's at least going to get work, right?
Damn near. So,
and I'll probably be going there for salary relief.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think, and I would expect to see him higher after that spike week last week than 10%. So he's interesting, but I'm going to stay with the uncomfortable click and go with Dowdle. It's the only thing I want in that game.
Nice. All right, let's move it on to our favorite segment of the show, receivers.
This week
Before we go to receiver, I want to say one more thing. I think this could be the RJ Harvey breakout week.
Ooh, okay.
I didn't want to flag pan him, but I think he's interesting.
Interesting. Where's he at on here?
He's pretty low projection wise.
Didn't he go a few picks like before Scatterville or after or something?
I want to say it was right before. But we could double check.
Yeah.
We'll get stats to look that up. No, I'm just kidding.
And nobody wants to play that hammerhead motherfucker against against Denver either.
I love all the memes. It's like, who's stopping this duo? And it's like a childproof lock. I love those.
Did y'all see they put out one today? And it's got to be fake, right? But it's like a Cam Scatteraboo school essay from 2021.
I didn't read it, but I saw that somebody was like, he came out like he was in school before AI was really a thing. So like,
he's smarter than all the kids now.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to receivers. Obviously, the big elephant in the room is Rashee Rice this week, comes back against Vegas. Everybody's probably going to play him. They got him at 28% ownership. I think he's going to be like closer to 50, to be honest, in these small field ones. Debo, their ETR is projecting as the highest ownership projection. Surprisingly, Olave is third, which kind of goes back to
because it's salary relief, man.
Yeah, that game environment. He's still 5,400 even after last week's. I know he was fingertips away from a touchdown, and it would have been a bigger week. But
I would have hit. Me and Blake would have hit.
Yeah,
if he catches that touchdown, bro.
But last
I bet his ownership comes in less.
Last week technically was his best week by 0.1 points over the Seattle game, which was basically the same thing. So, what are we thinking? Let's do it how we normally do it. We go high-end price. We don't have Chase on this slate. We don't have Puka on this slate. So we don't have Ibuka, which he's probably hurt anyway, probably not playing. But what are we thinking above 6K?
All right, so there's not too many above 6K.
Do y'all want to go down to 58, or do y'all want to just keep it at 6?
No, it's fine. We can just stop here.
Let's do 6, above 6.
Yeah, so what we got? Ladd, Worthy, Debo, Waddle, Tet, Rome, Pickens, Lamb, Jefferson. Yeah, I hate that both Pickens and Lamb are this expensive.
Yeah,
I get it.
Same price. Yeah,
I get it, but I hate it. I mean, I really like Lamb this week. Of anybody in this range, I think Lamb's probably the best. And then the next two would be Rome and Debo. And I don't think it's particularly close, with those three in this tier.
Yeah. To me, I like Rome, basically, mainly just because I like that game environment. So Rome and Olave stand out to me as like partners, especially if I'm going to play the Caleb side.
Yeah.
So that's an easy, probably going to be pretty popular because of that. But I do think that Cowboys Washington game is going to carry a lot of ownership. So the Debo, Pickens, CD, and honestly, that could be like the swing point, right? Getting one of those guys right, or maybe they both go off and you double it and you figure out how to make it work with salary. That could be an interesting way to play it. So yeah, I think I like Rome and Olave and the most out of this range.
Well, Olave's not in this range, so
That's
you like
right.
Rome the most.
I like Rome. Yeah.
No interest in paying up for CD?
I guess it would depend on what I do at running back because I'm already flag planning Jacobs, which is super expensive, and if I go to Caleb, who is not super cheap, but where's he at? He's at 5,800. So.
50, yeah.
Yeah, if you go to Dak, then you're paying up to 65, and then are you playing any interest in playing CD or Pickens without Dak?
Yeah, I mean, if you got JD5 or just CD solo. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying though, because
CD's going to be Puka this week. CD is your Puka.
Okay, interesting.
That's the way I see it this week. He said he could have played last week.
Y'all are ignoring. He just didn't. Y'all both are ignoring a glaringly like obvious guy. He's an LSU guy, Justin Jefferson this week. I like him this week.
I'm not ignoring him. It's just JJ McCarthy's back.
He's also expensive.
Yeah, and dude, I would take CD for $100 less, 1,000 times.
Yeah.
In a good matchup, right? Faster pace matchup. They're going to get pushed by Washington.
No, my bad. Go.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if you want me to spin a story for Justin Jefferson, I'm going to say Philly starts beating the brakes off him, really puts it to him really early, and then they're playing catch up, and that's where he gets his in all garbage time.
My thing about Justin is I'm never going to sit here and say that he can't put up 30 because it just doesn't matter who's throwing the ball. I mean, he got 25 with Wentz in London. They were. And then he got 22 last week. I remember watching that game just thinking he was a machine with how 7 for 123. It really feels like he's coming on strong after like a quote unquote slow. Now I know the JJ McCarthy aspect of it all is a wrench in the system.
He's not for sure back, right? Like they still have projected Wentz to go, right?
Okay, let me
That's true. That is true. ETR.
Case, then, yeah, I'm definitely a lot higher on Jefferson.
ETR is Wentz in right now, at least.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, and here's another aspect of it. He's basically the same price as CD, and CD is carrying like
same ownership.
Yeah, I guess. But I guess that's just a way to like get a little bit different off of that game environment. If you want to like say that maybe Pickens is the one who hits. Even though they're all basically the same price and ownership, so I don't really know what I'm saying.
So what it is this week is it's really hard to go for a studs and duds lineup, right? Yeah. You'll hear that more in the NBA DFS streets, studs and duds, but this week it's the way everything's priced. Everybody's going to kind of middle of the road it, right? So without your $50,000 salary, that gets you about $5,600 per player or per position, right? For defense, flex, all that stuff. So I got a feeling everybody's going to be around that 6,000 range.
Okay, well let's. Anybody else up here we want to talk about before we move into the like 5 to 6?
I think
no. Yeah, I think Debo is really, really, really good, but he's going to be really, really, really owned. Worthy could be good.
I was just about to say, so Worthy is interesting.
As leverage off of Rice? Is that the
big leverage off of Rice? I actually like playing both of them.
Okay.
Because I think
playing both with Mahomes as like a double?
The double stack. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's interesting. I just think like the combo of those guys, like Mahomes they could break the slate. All right. Like 6,100 and 5,600. Like I really like that price value with the Mahomes.
Yeah.
It'd be
They're both
interesting to see
gonna get
how it
7
fits with other
targets.
pieces, but like they're both going to get. I think they both could get fed here.
Yeah.
I think the target tree
Where's
now
Mahomes?
condenses back to those two guys with Kelsey, as opposed to Juju and Thornton and Hollywood and all these guys.
Yeah.
So
I think they're both going to get 7 targets at least. 6, 7, 8 targets.
I think Rice is going to be way above that. I think Mahomes is going to make a point to like feed him early, get him back. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Kelsey can't catch anymore. So,
I mean, they don't really have anybody explosive on that field. Thornton can't catch a ball down the field, even though they keep trying to get that explosive play.
And let's be for real, like Rasheed is a lock, right? Like he has to be this week. He's just too dang cheap. It's not like he's
yeah. So I guess we go down to the range now.
We talked about this. I think I was talking about it before we hit record. My only worry is when everybody is on these dudes, and like everybody knows it.
Yeah, but that was Justin Fields. This is Rasheed Rice.
I know.
Who is that?
But look at last week. I mean,
Freiermuth, come on.
Oh my God, dude.
Freiermuth?
Dude,
Freiermuth just had like an 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah. I'm done. I'm cooked.
Oh my God. I need
cooked,
DK,
bro.
dude.
What?
Who has Freiermuth? That helps nobody.
Helps nobody.
Come on, man.
Come on.
What it does do is the Bengals are going to come back throwing again. Dude, what a crazy game. Like I wanted Flacco so bad. I thought he was on the main slate.
No.
The double tight end on the Steelers side hits.
Flacco has 30
I
points.
have a double tight end on the Steelers side, except I have Jonnu and Darnell
Washington.
which they both have touchdowns.
Dude, Darnell was such
Flacco
a fade for me
and Rodgers
in the showdown
both have 30 points in our league.
This is going to be such a
league. Well, actually, that was before.
What a game this has turned into.
This is going to be such a chopped podcast.
I'm leaving it in. Screw it. All right, let's move into the 5 to 6.
Yeah, the cheaper range now.
5 to
So
6.
I will say one guy last on the 6K, just thumbs up, thumbs down. Any interest in Ladd McConkey this week?
Yes,
because he's right on that 6K. Yeah,
I like him in.
I like
you think QJ's back?
I like him in Quentin.
Yeah, I like Ladd.
You think Keenan's dust now?
There are 3 teams I would consider a double.
Keenan hasn't done anything in 3 weeks.
No,
this week with 2 receivers, it's KC, Dallas, and it's the Chargers.
Yeah,
I'd play both of their receivers. No, I'm saying a double stack with 2 of their receivers, like that stand out immediately. There's 3 teams I would do that with.
Not Rome and Burden.
I like that.
Not Olave Shaheed.
I like the Rome.
I don't want to play Rattler. Maybe the Rome.
Yeah, Riley's on my shit list.
I don't want to do the Eagles. I'm not confident in the second pass catcher for New England. Like as a go down top passing offenses, but yeah.
Let's go here. Okay, so you like Ladd and QJ a lot. You said you like Corton.
You like Cortland.
Yeah.
Obviously Rasheed.
I think this range is really interesting, right? We said there's a bunch of expensive running backs. Is there enough? No.
I mean, I think
it's going to have to be one expensive, like one mid of everything.
Look, how about this? How about instead of just talking about 5 to 6, how about we just lump it all? We've been talking about salary relief. We've been dancing around it. Let's go all the way. Let's get nasty.
Let's just go to the bottom. Like, is there anything actually low that we like this week?
I think Io Manor is interesting because Ridley's out. Io Manor's
is he
at
out?
40.
Okay.
Io Manor's at 4,200. I'm pretty sure Ridley's out, right? I can double check on that. But yeah. Oh, I hit Riley Ridley.
He's not showing a projection.
Calvin Ridley.
He's not showing a projection, so yeah.
Troy Franklin has been getting a lot of run. Marvin Mims' role is kind of decreasing.
Yeah, Ridley has missed another practice this week, so I'm pretty sure he's trending to being out. So, yeah, I like Io Manor, Franklin.
You got Burton at 4,300.
Burton is my favorite. Burton and Io Manor would probably be the ones. Any interest in Coker at 4K?
Not the first week back. Not the
Luke
first
McCaffrey,
week back.
If
I wanted to like these. One of the like Chris Moore had a touchdown last week, like Luke did as well. But again, to our point earlier, is like, who do you want to tie Jaden to?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
It would have to be one of the games that I really, really like.
Yeah.
If I go cheap.
For some reason, I don't feel great about Debo, but I also don't feel great about McCaffrey or Chris Moore or these other guys.
You don't feel great about Debo? Debo's been killing it this year.
I mean, there's also Shaheed down here. I think Shaheed is interesting just because, again, we like this game environment. He's always viable for a 70-yard bomb.
Matthew Golden's been getting a bump.
I'm a little jaded about Debo.
He's got the post-rookie bye.
The 2 weeks I played him, he put up 4 points and 5 points. So,
yeah.
That is fair.
But I mean, against Dallas,
I mean, not really. Like nobody like really stands. There's a couple guys I can go to. Like we've already mentioned them. Maybe you can go Demario Douglas too, right? If you
right,
Kayshawn.
Kayshawn. I don't think I would. I don't feel good about any of those guys to really go.
Thin to me, I feel like those would be like more large field.
Well, that's how I feel about Burton too. I feel like that one's pretty thin.
Well, that's my heart.
With DJ Moore out, with DJ Moore out, I'd feel better about that.
I don't know. Yeah, man. I kind of like him a little bit more. This is like counterintuitive, but I kind of like him a little bit more with DJ Moore in because maybe more people are off of him because of the thought that the only viable way that he was going to score is if DJ Moore was out. But what if DJ Moore?
I think they play the same role.
What's that?
I think they play the same role. Kind of that yak.
True.
Yak guy.
But all it takes is one or two plays with Burton, and he pays off. So it's the same with Shaheed. If Shaheed catches a bomb, then
I think I like Shaheed better than all those other guys down there.
Yeah,
because he's getting 5-6 targets a game consistently. If this game really is up in pace that much, you could probably bump that up to 7, maybe 8. He hits one big bomb, he's paid off.
Yeah,
So I think that just solidified it for me. Of the cheap guys here, he's the only one that makes sense.
All right.
Which one?
Below 5K, Shaheed's the only one that makes sense to me. Like maybe Golden, but I mean, a Luke McCaffrey, you can probably just because of the game would help too. But like I said, he's
Luke. Luke makes sense to me if you just need some salary relief.
Jamar Chase
and you want a piece of that double stack with like Debo or something like that.
Garrett Wilson's out this week, right?
Yeah. Say you go Jaden, Debo. I don't even know how this would work. If you went Jaden and then Debo and then Luke McCaffrey, but then you also pair him with CD.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening.
That leaves you with 5,100 per.
I don't think I'm hitting Luke. That's 210. I would think I would rather go same price. Go Alec Pierce.
Maybe, yeah. This is great podcasting, by the way. It's just naming names and saying
naming names. Yeah, I mean that's kind of this slate though, right? You just name names and you gotta really tell a story of this slate. Because the pricing is so
you kind of have to pick
flat.
That's what you're talking about earlier with the onslaught narrative.
Yeah,
kind of just
pick your game and go.
Pick your game, go with it, and maybe you can throw some of these one-off pieces here or there. And all right, let's just do this because I feel like we could sit here and just stare at the screen for a long time and just keep nodding and or shaking our heads. So
Trey's sweating his bags over there.
Yeah, Trey's trying to see what happens with this game.
It's not DK.
I know. I needed the DK touchdown, and that hurts me really bad. All right, let's do flag plants above 6K. I'll go first. I'll go at Rome.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
CD
trying to go first, so he can call all the ones that we want to call.
Hey, Blake did it first with Dak.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to do
Kevin's
it yet.
I like that strategy. I'm taking that.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't think you can really go wrong with a lot of these guys. If you're going to go CD and Pickens, you're kind of picking one of them, right? That's the swing play. But but I don't think either of them are bad play. I think maybe Jalen Waddle is a bad play just because of that. The weather situation.
The weather is a bad play for sure with him. Tet, I think that game environment's disgusting. So yeah, CD is my flag plant.
I mean, Trey, you basically said
Trey, you could hop on the wagon here,
right? Yeah.
No. Oh, yeah. Well, above 6K. No, it's Worthy.
Okay.
Worthy. Okay.
Worthy. Interesting. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I like Worthy.
All right. Let's do. Y'all want to do 5 to 6, or y'all want to just do like under 6?
We'll do a 6 to 5 because this is a really important range. I feel this week.
Well, somebody else want to go? You can't say Rashid.
Yeah, I can't say Rashid.
I mean,
got you, Blake. Don't do it.
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, I like that.
Cortland Sutton. Yeah, you know what?
At 5,900, man.
Yeah, I like Olave.
It's Olave. There's nobody else I really like in that range. I guess AJ Brown's in this range. Isn't that crazy?
Gross. I'm gonna go back to Ladd. I think Ladd is gonna continue his like really good play over the last few weeks. Last 2 weeks 14.9, and then last week was 26. So yeah, I'm going back to it.
I will say very, very interesting for like your MMEs, Trey Tucker with Jacoby hurt with air quotes there. Trey Tucker may be the number one option, and there's no Bowers, there's no nothing.
I went and stole Besh off the waiver wire in our home league as soon as the reports came out that Jacoby might be traded. So that is not a DFS play for this weekend, but that's just a future.
Trey Tucker could be a DFS play though.
Trey Tucker could be for sure. All right,
are we doing below 5K? Yeah,
we're doing it right now.
Trey said Sutton. Blake said Olave. I said Ladd. So yeah, sub 5K.
I'm going first.
Trey, you can go first.
Luther Burden.
Yeah.
Who could have seen this coming? I really love it. If DJ Moore's out, I like Burden a lot more. Yes. But in this range, if you got to go, I think it's gross. I'm going to really try to pay up at wide receiver this week. And if I'm going down here, it's going to be to Rashid Shaheed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm picking my games and I'm going with it. And that Saints-Bears game's one of the ones I want to target.
I'm probably.
Would you rather play Luther Burden or Rashid Shaheed in a vacuum?
Rashid.
Yeah, I think he's
with DJ Moore out. With DJ Moore out, it's a coin toss. But with him in, I'd rather play Shaheed.
And for me, I'm going to go Io Manor. I think Ridley is not going to play. So this basically makes him the number one in Tennessee. Now, what is that worth? I don't know. But at 4,200, like sub 3-4% ownership. I mean, we've seen it in the past where he's got weeks of 15 and 13 points, scoring touchdowns those 2 weeks. So I could definitely see them playing harder for the interim. Things have changed. Culture's changed a little bit. What does that mean this week? I don't know, but I feel like you can do worse at this price range. And, on a slate that we really want to get some salary relief. I like him down here.
Marvin Mims is interesting too. 3,500.
Who'd you say?
Marvin.
His role's been decreasing a lot. I would much rather go Troy Franklin if you're going down there.
Yeah. Let's go to tight end. Another interesting week on the tight end slate.
This might be how you get your salary relief.
Yeah, I agree.
This might actually be a double tight end slate.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. All right, so top owned tight ends, no surprise up here. Trey McBride's carrying like almost double the ownership of the next guy in Tyler Warren. Michael Mayer is third in projected ownership, with Brock Bowers missing another week likely. So yeah, what are you guys thinking here? Any interest in, obviously I know the answer to this already, but we're not paying up for McBride, are we? Even though, before you answer, even though he is projected for like almost 4
with
points.
Kyler out.
Okay.
With Kyler out, man, like I'm kind of in.
He's projected for like almost 3 whole points more than Tyler Warren. So the projections love him this week. So yeah.
Right after I go saying, we might be able to save money, go double tight end here, right? I'm kind of thinking to myself, if I really just go in on the Saints Bears game, I can go pretty cheap, and I can go middle of the road for all these guys and grab McBride as a tight end who can really win the game or win you the slate this week.
Here's something that you mentioned a second ago: double tight end. What is your thought on Loveland McBride in this game? Loveland 31.
No Loveland for me. No Loveland for me. No, okay. Man. It would be. Where's he at? 31.
31.
Yeah.
I need to see it with him first.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go Taysom at 3,000?
Yeah, and Taysom more likely to probably get a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. As disgusting and gross as that is, but
is this
I think
there's the road for Ferguson with CD back.
I don't know.
Being like
absolutely not
the smash that he's been.
Absolutely not. The end of the road in what terms?
I'm talking about the end of the road in him scoring getting 12, 14, 7, 9 targets a game. Like last week he only got 3.
Double-digit targets, yes. Right. I think he'll be right there at 7. Dak's always loved this guy for whatever reason, and then Jerry Jones paid him. They loved this guy. That's why he was one of my biggest best ball targets.
Going back to week 1 when CD was still playing, CD went down in week 2, right? Yeah,
week 2, yeah,
against the Giants. Okay, early in week 2, he got 12 targets, but the week before against Philly, he only got 6. So I don't know. I'm just saying he's probably still going to be in the tight end landscape where it's a wasteland. You're not going away from him. I'm just wondering if his ceiling is obviously a little bit lower now that CD is back.
Nice. That was cute.
I got three mentions here. Harold Fannin Jr.
Of course.
Just going to leave it at that. Justin Fields has to throw the ball to somebody.
Yeah, this is my guy this week.
Mason Taylor is all that he has this week.
Yeah.
And then my third mention, this guy just keeps going under-owned. Dallas Goedert. Like, he just keeps killing it slate after slate after slate. And he's still
maybe under-owned, but his price is going up a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I think he's an excellent play this week against Minnesota.
I agree. Going back to your Mason Taylor point, prior to last week, which was a disaster against Denver, he's got a much better matchup this week, and obviously Garrett Wilson's out. So,
dude, Rodgers has a cannon.
I thought DK was about to come down with that, dude.
Come on,
dude.
I would have ran.
Rodgers has a cannon. Rodgers just threw it farther than
It's like a 75-yard pass.
Dude, I would have.
Rodgers just out threw
He's smirking
Mahomes,
now. He's
man.
like, you didn't know I had that arm, huh?
All right. Anyway, going back 2 weeks ago against Dallas, Mason Taylor had 12 targets. The week before that, he had 7, and the week before that, he had 6. So I'm just throwing last week out. London game, Denver defense. That was just an absolute disaster zone of a game. So yeah, this is my guy. I'm just gonna flag plan him now, Mason Taylor.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
This is your salary relief, in my opinion. If you don't want to pay up, I mean, obviously, and this is cheaper, but I think
This is exactly why I think you go double tight end this week. You can go Mason Taylor, and then you can also grab a Cade Otton, who there's nobody left standing on the Buccaneers, right? So he's going to get 7, 8 targets,
not on this,
and.
They're not.
No, yeah.
Is he not?
Monday night.
They're Monday night.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
The Monday night doubleheader.
Yeah. So, well, either way, you got Michael Mayer, right? I think Mayer's a good play.
Fannon's also I think pretty cheap. They're all under 4K. Fannin, Mayer,
Chico Conquo, Gadsden's starting to run some routes, right?
Gadsden's interesting.
I think those are kind of thin.
I agree. I think if you're either going Trey McBride, in my opinion, or obviously I think Tyler Warren's always in play. He just looks like he's about to be priced right next to Trey McBride. I'm honestly, he has come up because I'm pretty sure McBride was $1,000 away from him last week. There was $1,000 difference, and now it's only $500.
Ertz was the other one I was thinking of, by the way. Ertz at 3,800, I think, is smash.
Ertz is interesting if you want to pair him with Jaden. I definitely think that.
I don't think you even need to pay him. Pair him. I think
but
you just need a tight end.
If you're looking for people to pair with Jaden,
yeah,
I feel like Ertz is.
Oh, he would be my second choice behind Depot.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, so that's why I think you can go salary relief with double tight ends, right? You got Ertz, Mayer, Mason Taylor. Depending on how the weather shakes out, it could be Njoku or Fannin.
Yeah.
Which I think Njoku is kind of on the trade block too, right? There's been rumors swirling around him. So maybe that helps out your so maybe that helps out with your Fannin.
Yeah.
This is what we talked about in the best ball episodes. Like, they got to. I mean, they're not going to resign Njoku.
No, not with how Fannin's looked. All right, y'all want to do flag plants real quick? I've already done mine.
Go ahead, Blake.
Oh, man, I don't think I could flag plant a $5,700 tight end. I don't think I have that in me.
That's like the definition of a flag plant, though. To pay up, I know he's going to be owned super.
You could flag plant that play, like premium at the tight end.
Yeah.
Oh, I know I could, but
Blake's just saying that's against his ethos.
Yeah, exactly.
Blake been flag planting chalk all year.
But I'm a pay down tight ender too, right? Yeah. Like I don't believe in paying tight ends. I'm like Jerry Jones with the running backs, dude.
Or Jerry Jones with anybody.
Yeah, but then he paid Dak and he paid Jake Ferguson. So I'm gonna go with Zach Ertz here. I think Zach Ertz is a solid play for that value, and we need value on the slate.
Yeah, I like that.
Let me check something real quick before I name my flag plant.
Oh, hey, side note, whatever just happened, I cashed in the double and
I didn't, and I don't want to talk about it. I didn't win a single dollar. Thank you to Pat Fryermuth.
Oh wait, no, I didn't. Damn.
Chase 40 points, dude. 41 from Chase.
Hey, remember we were talking about
he dropped a lot of balls.
First rounders we regret. I still don't regret taking Chase on a one.
Not Chase.
Nobody ever should. You should never take unless he's hurt.
Fryermuth had 31 points. 2 touchdowns, 111 yards, 5. That is insane.
2 touchdowns? He had 2?
Yep.
2.
Oh, he was optimal.
You didn't see that first one?
My captains were Jonnu and Fant.
All of this is such an Arthur Smith line. All of the tight ends had a touchdown. Darnell Washington, Jonnu Smith, and Fryermuth had 2.
Dude,
hey, you know what's funny? If you look at your DVP, Cincinnati Bengals are the worst against tight ends.
That's why I had Jonnu. Because I thought everybody was on this Darnell Washington call out of nowhere. I thought the field was just going to steam him up.
Because he was 2,000. He got a touchdown.
Hey, Noah Fant he's got some looks too.
Gosh, bro.
Dude, it was a wild game. They were using Fryermuth at the end, like after Fryermuth caught a couple balls. Like, oh wait,
must have been crazy because we started podding at the beginning.
ETR called this on the show. They were like, I think 2 or 3 tight ends could be optimal tonight.
Wow.
And I was just like,
imagine if you went 3 tight ends.
Trey, who's your flag?
Trey. Let's go.
It's gonna be Goddard, but I will say, any love for Kelsey this week?
Nah.
No.
Maybe as like a pivot, like a leverage play, right?
As a backup dancer.
Goddard, Taylor, and Fannin. It'll probably be my most used tight ends this week. Here's a guy. No love for your guy, Darren Waller. Blake. He's caught a touchdown every week he's played. His first week
not with the weather,
2.
man.
Yeah, but
not with the weather.
If they get on the goal line and they need to do a passing play, who's the guy they're going to throw it to?
I hear you. That sounds really thin. That sounds really thin. Just
Darren
right
Waller
there.
has sounded really thin all year. He sounds like a total fade. But
no, last week I thought he sounded fine. It's just
a little interesting.
He would be if the weather wasn't bad. If the weather wasn't bad, I would totally agree with you.
You think they're just not going to throw the football at all?
Dude, they're talking 60 miles an hour projected winds.
No, but you don't think a single pass will be thrown in the game?
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, there would be like 15, 10, but it's going to be all 3 yards from the line of scrimmage, and I don't know. It's going to be gross. I'm out. And for that,
right, so who are our flag plants for Mason Taylor, Ertz, and who was yours? Oh, and Goddard. Okay.
Goddard.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, real quick. Let's do defenses. What are we thinking? Is it obviously pay down, probably, right?
Yeah, well, it's always pay down, but maybe I haven't looked at the projections here on these.
There's no real big gaps in ownership either.
Where's KC at? I would love to have the Chiefs defense. Okay, they're the most expensive one on the slate. Go figure.
I mean,
it's very expensive. The only
Broncos,
cheap one that
Patriots,
I like is Panthers.
Yeah,
and cheap is 2,500. So
I paid up for the Browns, or I didn't pay up for the Browns, but I paid. The Browns like really hoed me out last week.
I like the Packers with Jacobs as a building block.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean,
yeah, I'm not going to flag plan any defense because I just don't know. It's probably just going to be who I can fit in there and not feel the absolute.
If Wentz is playing too, Philly may be. Well, they don't get sacks anymore. Yeah,
they get random defensive scores though.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the play for me, if I have to pay down, the first defense I'm putting in would be the Panthers.
Okay,
2,500. Justin Fields takes the most sacks in the league, basically. Like he doesn't have Garrett Wilson. If they get down, it'll be gross.
Yeah. All right. I think that'll wrap it up. Anything else that you guys want to touch on before we get out of here?
No, I think I'm good. I think if we said a lot, we named a lot of names. I think it's an onslaught week, man. But I have a feeling there's just whatever reason that the Chargers Indianapolis game feels like the game is just going to be like the one that nobody's on. It's going to blow up.
Yeah.
But I think it's an onslaught week.
A few of those this year. That feels like in hindsight you always should have been on Indy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool, man. Well, this is going to be an interesting one. The last couple of weeks I've had decent lineups that just like didn't get there in the end. So maybe we can change some of that luck this week. But yeah, we will get out of here. We'll see you guys hopefully at the top of the leaderboards, but if not, we'll see y'all back on the show next week. So out of here. Peace.
Deuces.